Hi friends. So I realized that I did not have a video for writing systems of equations, so let me do this one super quick. We've already been practicing how to solve with elimination and substitution, but we also have to know how to write. So let's jump into it. Super simple. We're not going to solve. All we're going to do is write. So here's what's going to happen. The cost of 5 squash and 2 zucchini is $1.32. 3 squash and 1 zucchini cost 75 cents. Find the cost of each vegetable. So first thing you want to do is identify the two things that you're talking about. So we are talking about squash and we're talking about zucchini. Pick a variable. So I like to just go with whatever their first letter is. So this is what I just said to you. I'm going to let S stand for squash. I'm going to let Z stand for zucchini. Can't spell that. I teach math. Okay? And then I'm just going to go and write what it is that I see. So the cost of 5 squash. So 5 squash, because remember S is for squash, and 2 zucchini is $1.32. So this is that first sentence. Okay? 5 squash and 2 zucchini cost $1.32. 3 squash and 1 zucchini, I'll put the 1 just for educational purposes, costs 75 cents. There's our system of equation. So all we got to do now is decide what method we want to use to solve. You can use elimination, you can do substitution, whichever one is completely up to you. But we have to be able to write. Okay? All right, let's go here. Judy worked 8 hours and Ben worked 10 hours. Their combined pay was $80. When Judy worked 9 hours and Ben worked 5 hours, their combined pay was $65. Find out the hourly rate of pay for each person. So the two things that we're talking about now, we're talking about Judy, we're talking about Ben. So I'm going to let, and that's a lowercase j, B for Judy, and B to be for Ben. Remember, your variables are always lowercase because those capital letters mean something else. So when Judy worked 8 hours, so 8 hours for Judy, and Ben worked 10, their combined pay was $80. So that's that first part. When Judy worked 9 hours, so 9 for Judy, and Ben worked 5, their combined pay was $65. That's it. That's all. Identify the two things that you're talking about, and then just go through and read what they say. All right? We'll do a couple more. This is a quick video. Okay. A little bit different. Rob has 40 coins, all dimes and quarters, worth $7.60. How many dimes and how many quarters does he have? So we're talking about dimes, we're talking about quarters. So let's define our variable first. I'm going to let D be for dimes and Q to be for quarters. Okay. Rob has 40 coins, all dimes and quarters. So this time, I just know that if I add all the dimes and all the quarters, I should have 40 coins. But then it also tells me about $7.60. So now you're talking about the money. So you have to know that dimes are worth 10 cents and quarters are worth 25 cents. And altogether, I'm going to have $7.60. So a little thing that you want to pay attention to, especially when you're talking about money, because sometimes I just need to tell you how many coins there are, or bills sometimes, and then you have to put the monetary value, that how much is each coin worth. So I know dimes are worth 10 cents, I know quarters are worth 25 cents. Now I'm ready to solve. So again, substitution, elimination, you would get to decide for that. Okay? All right, how about Kelly? So Kelly has 24 dimes and quarters worth $3.60. So again, I'm going to do D for my dimes. You can use any variable, but like I said, I like whatever letter the word starts with. 24 dimes. So again, I know there's dimes, there's quarters, and there are 24 coins altogether. same thing. I know dimes are worth 10 cents, quarters are worth 25 cents, and this time is for a total of $3.60. Okay, so again, we have to be able to solve and write. So sometimes they're going to give it to you just like this. Here's the situation, solve it. Well, before I can solve, I got to write out what it is that you're talking to me about. All right, let's talk about some tickets. Talent show committee sold a total of 530 tickets in advance. Student tickets cost $3 each, and adult tickets cost $4 each. So we are talking about two things. We're talking about student tickets and we're talking about adult tickets. So I'm gonna define my variable. That's a little s. My s is gonna be for the student tickets. My A is going to be for the adult ticket. So it told me that they sold a total of 530 tickets. So at this point, I don't know which was which, but I know that the student ticket plus the adult ticket equaled 530 tickets. Now, if I want to figure out a little bit more specific, student tickets were $3 each, adult tickets were $4 each. If the total receipts were, here's our dollar sign again, 1,740, then how many? So the student tickets were $3, so that's going to be 3s plus adult tickets were 4. 4a equals 1,740. And then we would just go ahead and solve. Okay? So, like I said, we have talked about how to solve elimination, substitution. I can figure out how I want to do it, but we do have to be able to write. So we're going to practice a little bit more. Like I said, I just realized I did not have a video for this, so now I do. All right. I'll see you when I see you.